Wrestling's a mentally tough sport, son. You gotta take the emotion out of it. Close your eyes. Now see yourself on the mat. Now see yourself on the mat. If you can't defeat your opponent up here, you'll never defeat him out there.
What's up, everyone? I'm John Wynn, and Happy New Year. And you can catch me on Re-Vamp'D.
Who can make that pin? I can make that pin! Who can make that pin? I can make that pin!
Basically, I was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, which is about 2 hours south of Washington, D.C., and pretty much grew up in a very, very conservative environment with little to no contact with the rest of the Vietnamese community. Where I grew up was primarily white or black, and for a long time I didn't even realize there was a large Vietnamese community out there in the world. There was a little bit in Washington, D.C., but my family and I, we just didn't make it up there very often. So I spent most of my time there, grew up, went to school, college, everything out there, and did some medical school out there as well. And after my second year of med school, I decided to, I had a little time off in between M2 and M3 year, and took a little road trip, ended up here in California, and been here ever since. And I was probably out here about 2 weeks when a friend of mine introduced me to a commercial and print agent of his who took a quick liking to me, decided she wanted to send me out. I was kind of opposed to the whole idea. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but kind of fell into it, and ended up right away booking a couple commercials. I booked a big print job, and after that I had to make kind of a decision whether or not I wanted to leave school and pursue this full time as being an entertainer, and I made that decision. I stayed. I think the biggest, or the very first really great thing was I booked this right off the bat, this Pizza Hut commercial, which at the time I had never been in front of the camera before, never done anything like this. And that to me was just the greatest thing, just because it was my very first. Since then, working on CSI, I did a really big guest star on that, and that was a really, really great time. Another one I did a film in South Africa, just going to Africa in general, being able to travel. I worked on a television show called CDUSA, which sent me around the world to interview and hang out with the greatest musicians in the world. You're talking Coldplay, U2, Bob Dylan, you name it, your heroes. I got to meet them and hang out and talk to them about music and their interests and their hobbies and their life. And that was professionally just a really great experience for me as well. And then since then, being able to move into not only just acting and hosting, but also producing. I've been doing that recently, and that's been fulfilling as well. So life is looking up. Life is 2009 is going to be great too. So my agent came to me and they were like, hey, there's this program down in Orange County that's shooting. They're looking for someone that's similar to you. Are you interested? Now at that time, again, quote unquote, I hadn't had a lot of exposure to the Vietnamese community. Again, coming from Virginia, I'd been limited to that, and then coming in California, just going to work right away, I hadn't had a chance to really explore a lot of stuff down here in Orange County and a lot of my roots. So I came down to the audition and ended up booking the job, and it opened my eyes to a whole new world that I had not been part of before. And I met a really great group of people down here, and just been really working hard to stay in touch with them. Johnny Wynn, producer down here, has been really great to me and keeping me informed. And anytime I can help out and be part of the community, I definitely want to do that and be part of it. So I'm really excited. I think this Re-Vamp'D thing that we're doing, this is going to be incredible. I mean, we've got the very first large group of young Vietnamese American kids. It's going to be a televised event. Bands are getting together, youth programs, dance programs, and it's being televised so that everyone can see that we're changing the culture. We're revamping the Vietnamese perspective in a way. Everyone always looks at Vietnamese performers one certain way, especially in music. And this is going to open their eyes up. This isn't going to be what they've seen on, Paris by Night or anything like that. This is going to be brand new. It's this mainstream America, and it's done by Vietnamese Americans. So it's going to be really fantastic. I think the big thing to remember too is, we are revamping this whole perspective, image of Vietnamese artists and that kind of stuff. But there's also a really fine line that we have to be aware of, and that's we will always and have to always be respectful to our elders and to the culture and to the foundation that we're built upon. Meaning that, we say that we want to revamp everything and that's what we're going to do, but in the same realm, we are respectful to everyone who's come before us, who's made this possible. And that means every artist, every actor, every entertainer before us who might not be, this revamped image, but we respect them. And we understand that for the parents out there, You know, some of them are going to understand and totally be hip to a lot of these bands. They may even be listening to this type of music themselves, but a large majority of them might not be, and this may be really new to them, and so we need to probably gently edge them to the side a little bit there and show them that this is something new for our kids and our youthful generation, but at the same time, not to be scared of it, to embrace it and to understand that this is something you can also talk with your children with, your teenagers out there. You know, it's a great way for parents and kids to get together and talk about something in common and really understand them. And sometimes I think that's the problem where, you know, we like certain things and our parents like something else and we can't share it. Well, this is something that they can possibly share, and I think that's a really great opportunity. You know, in terms of if you out there are looking to get into entertainment, whether it's, you know, acting, hosting, music, whatever, obviously role models are very, very important. And I think for Vietnamese Americans, it can be really hard sometimes to identify with mainstream artists, especially because a lot of them don't even look like us, and they don't come from where we're from, or they don't understand our parents and that kind of stuff. So, you know, I think this is an opportunity as well, you know, with the parents and their children to look at these artists who are about to perform and look at them as role models. And if you yourself are aspiring to go out there and do this yourself, you know, get to know these artists. You know, if you come to this event, you can meet them afterwards. You can sit, you can talk with them. You can ask them, how did you learn to play this instrument? Or, you know, what inspired you? Or could you point me in a direction of someone I should listen to? Or, you know, is there a secret that I need to know? This is a really, really fantastic opportunity for that. And again, success breeds success. The more successful this is, the more success we'll have down the road, the more likely the chance that a kid out there who wants to be a musician is going to have that opportunity. It's paramount. I mean, we need you guys to come out and really support us in the fact that this is you. You know, for every kid out there who wants to kind of break free from what's always been the box of what we're expected to do, I mean, this is your opportunity to support something that you might yourself one day. You might be this musician or in a band or an actor who wants to break outside the mold. And you know, by supporting this, you're feeding into a family that will take care of you later down the road as well. And I mean, and just outside of that realm, the artists that are performing are incredible. I mean, incredible.
Waking up slow on a Tuesday, grabbing a coffee and on my way, driving up, going 65, just another day to get by. On my mind is when I see the pretty face again. To have you in my arms will be the greatest God can give to me. Darling, won't you be my melody? We together, yeah, if we're meant to be. So won't you be the best of me? Will you be another memory? Won't you catch a minute with me? Maybe we'll get past this irony. It's crazy how that even now nothing's going as it should be. I'm still bitter, I'm trying to say, I just wish the plan would go away. I wondered why we're stuck in this situation that's obvious. Maybe it's me, maybe it's her, maybe it's love.
Introducing the first televised concert ever celebrating young Vietnamese Americans. Johnny D. Nguyen presents Re-Vamp'D Live. Sunday, February 1st at 4 p.m. Visit UVSA's 27th Annual Thet Festival Youth Night in the city of Garden Grove, California. Featuring Kristine Sa, Vudoo, Mavien Bliss, the cast of Kings, Frequency 5, Seriously, Thomas's Apartment, and hosted by John Wynn. Sunday, February 1st at 4 p.m. at this year's Thet Festival. For more information, visit thetfestival.org.